Bern, you excited to talk about 33 points in the fourth quarter, Big Daddy?
Honestly, dude, I don't even give a fuck. Like it's like it's not that I don't give a fuck. It's that like we've transcended anger into like a level of disappointment and just acceptance of like this is just what it is. This is just always what it's going to be. Nothing can ever be nice. Nothing can ever be good. I was furious yesterday. I didn't want to talk about it yesterday. I woke up today and I was like, this is just, why am I pretending this is something new? Why am I pretending? Why am I so surprised by this? Has it been 1,602 NFL games played and that's never happened? Sure it has. Sure it has. You got to start somewhere. So I'm not happy. Well, I'm just, it's like when your parents say like, I'm not mad. I'm just so disappointed.
Well, Bern, can I ask, you look like you're all snazzed up. Were you at work or court?
Work. I got home like 10 minutes ago. I'm cutting it close tonight.
Hey, not a problem. So happy you made it. So
I'm still business cashing it, you know?
Love it. Love it. Speaking of being business cash, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Bern Podcasy. That's Liam Lashmize Reese. We're going to start off tonight with some venting. Then we're going to go into a little recap of this week. Then we're going to give you our picks for next week. And then we're going to end with everyone's favorite game, a little Who's That Dude? But let's start off with some venting. I mean, Liam, we might have a little something to vent about, but Bern, anything you want to vent about? Anything?
Yeah, well, I mean,
tell you, you had 3 good quarters. 3 good quarters. 3 good quarters.
You know,
I'd argue that the fourth quarter was the best quarter.
Here's the thing. It's like, you look at it, and you shake your head, because, like, and that's not to say that
you just shake
you
dicks.
Expect anything. You're a fan of this, and like that's beside the point, even because, like, obviously, why, how could anything, for 2 weeks in a row be? It's like, like when you're like, and then of course, real excited, first team to score a touchdown on the Broncos in the first quarter. First team to score on them in the fourth quarter. And then, in between it. And I don't
Can I give you some numbers, Bern?
I don't fucking know. I am at a loss for words. I cannot believe what I watched yesterday. And
I'm going to give you
peaks and valleys that I experienced.
That was your life with Elijah, too. A lot of peaks and valleys.
Never liked it. The peaks were peakier.
When the peaks were peaking, they were peaking. But the valleys were valleyed.
But they weren't this valley.
They weren't this valley. They weren't Death Valley? Wasn't it Death Valley Driver? Little Death Valley Driver?
I mean, that unbelievable. Yeah, give me some numbers, Matt. What do you got? What do you got?
Numbers. So our boy Jackson Dart, spelled with an X, like the character from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. He was named after Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. He had, 15 for 33, 283 yards, 3 tutties, and 1 pick. I mean, a day. Throwing under 50% isn't great, but 283 yards, 3 tutties, and a pick, Daddy. I mean, not bad.
First Giants quarterback with 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in a game since good old Charlie Conway in 1948. So you think, wow, historic. Yeah. First team to score 3 touchdowns of over 30 yards each this season in the entire NFL. All right. We must be cooking with gas, right?
Sure. Totally.
What's your next number, man? What's your next number?
Your boy Scat was Scat-a-bootin'. 16 carries, 60 yards, 3.8 yards a carry, not bad. And then Tyrone Tracy Jr., 9 carries, 46 yards, 1 tutty. He averaged 5.1 yards a carry. And then, like you said, Jackson Dart, he ran in for 1. He had 5 carries for 11 yards, nothing crazy. But then receiving yards, Wandale Robinson, the chosen Wandale, 6 receptions, 95 yards, averaged 15.8 yards a reception, not bad. Daniel Bellinger, he had 3 receptions, 88 yards, and 1 tutty. And then Theo Johnson, 3 receptions, 66 yards, a tutty. And then Scattabootin, 3 receptions, 34 yards, and a tutty. So a receiving tutty. But I'm
Yeah.
saying he was mixing it around,
Yeah.
like he was his receptions were to a bunch of different targets. So Dart was mixing around. It wasn't like he was sticking with one guy and living on this, living on sword, dying on sword. He was spreading around a little bit. And really, I mean, the defense was pitching a shutout going into the fourth quarter. Pitching a shutout. And
Yep.
then
The elevation got them. They ran out of fucking gas in a way
You
that I
think
have
so?
not seen. Yeah, I mean, Brian Burns was sucking wind. He got his 9th sack of the season, but like the offense, well, it was the combination of the offense stopped producing, and so the defense stayed on the field and just got run into the ground. They could not stop anything. Bo Nix becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 2 touchdowns and run for 2 touchdowns in the same quarter of an NFL game.
Oh wow.
So making history.
That was wild. That
was wild. Shout out
like
Bo Nix.
We missed 2 extra points. We missed 2 extra points and lost by 1.
You love to see it,
You love to see it.
From some ginger fucking kicker wearing number 99. Everything about that I hate. I don't like the number on the kicker. I don't like that he's a ginger. I don't have anything against gingers. I just don't want them playing on my sports teams unless their name's Brian Scalabrine.
Brian, can I ask, when you missed the first extra point, was it just like, hey, it happens, no big deal, we're doing well, we're moving the rock?
I sat next to Pulaski that whole game and bitched about it the entire game.
You're like, this thing's going to come back and bite us.
I've watched enough football and been a Giants fan long enough to know, like, this. And it was the second touchdown. The Giants score on a bomb to a wide open Bellinger. They're like, oh man, first touchdown the Broncos will give it up in the first quarter this year. And you're like, there's 8 minutes left in the quarter. This is going great. But no, I bitched about that missed extra point. And then when he came up with at the end of the game, I was just like, I couldn't even watch. I was like, I don't think he's going to hit this. And when Dart scored, I was just like, I did that thing where I was like, too soon. I know you're on the 1 yard line. There's nothing you can do, but I wish they were on the 3 yard line. I wish they scored on 3rd down because that sucks 40 seconds off the clock. But they get it on that 1st down, and in my head, I'm just like, I can't even enjoy it because I'm like, we've left a minute and a half, and all they need is a field goal to tie this game, which I thought before the extra point miss, in the easiest stadium in America to kick a field goal in.
Oh, for sure.
And Nick Folk, a guy who has a leg and has been around the block a few times, he's not going to get, rattled by the pressure. So yeah. I thoroughly, for as much as I enjoyed the first 3 quarters of that game, it did not hold a candle to how much I did not enjoy the 4th quarter of that game. The valleys way outweighed the peaks, and I want to yell.
Missing 2 extra points is just, it is a dick on your dick.
You could have given up 33 points in the 4th quarter and still won that game.
Yeah.
If you just do what you were supposed to do, which is not brick 2 extra points in a game.
Literally, it's like, you shacked it out there. You shacked it. You're missing free throws.
I want to yell. I wasn't even talking about it yesterday. You guys brought it up yesterday. I was like, shut the fuck up. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I wasn't ready. It's just being a Giants fan, man. This is just being a Giants fan. Like,
I mean, sucks to be you because fucking
suck.
I mean, yeah. Liam, could you imagine being a Giants fan? Like, oh my God. It'd be like a chick that has to, blow guys. Like, that's how bad it is.
I mean, we're about to talk about the other teams. There are teams that I would much rather be a Giants fan
than be a Jets fan
than some of these other dumpster fires that they got going right now. But
yeah, when we're looking go ahead, Liam.
But I do like Scattaboo. He's the best fantasy pickup I've had all year long. Like, I got him off waivers. I got him off waivers like week 2 or something, and he's been great for me ever since.
Pencil him in.
Now he's in my lineup because I had Pollard, who was awesome last year and is horrible.
So
good news for Liam, bad news for the Giants out there.
Yep.
They don't have their bye
Liam,
till week
honestly,
14.
it's ideal. It's ideal. Like you had to pick a guy from a rival team. He did well, but they still lost. That's like legit ideal.
Doesn't matter.
Ideal pickup.
Best case scenario.
Nothing better.
Absolutely.
Best case scenario.
Doesn't
Couldn't have
matter
no better guy. Awesome stuff. Bern, happy to hear you vent. Liam, real quick, we'll go over the birds. You know, we got on him early. It was nice to pick 6, but then we really couldn't get things going again. And we kind of, you know, one of the things I hated about the end of the Andy Reid era, the whole Chip Kelly era, and the end of the Doug Peterson era is that we lived on prevent defense, and you fucking lose. Prevent defense fucking loses, right? So I hate if we're gonna settle back into that prevent defense shit. I hate it. Jim Johnson never did it. He never stood for it. Never stood for it.
He wouldn't even. Don't even mention prevent defense.
You said prevent in front of him.
What happened when they blitzed? They got to Carson Wentz because he always holds the ball for too long and everything. So I know that like they're the coaches. They make more than we do. Like they do this every day, but it is infuriating when you know something, when you're watching it happen in front of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, this guy holds the ball forever. Just fucking send people, dude. He won't get rid of it fast enough. And they I don't know,
just
man.
Fucking send. Yeah. I'm with you. He's not gonna fucking dink it down to anybody. It's the worst. So either way, Eagles pulled away with a win over Minnesota. Got back on track. We'll talk about their game next week in a little bit. Let's keep it moving though.
Can I just say one thing? Still waiting for Saquon to get off. You know what I mean? But
they looked like they were starting off the game with him though.
But
like that first series was all Saquon.
But your wide receivers, happy wide receiver room yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, both year 1 and year 2 have really, really performed yesterday.
And they were hitting the deep ball, but you can't live on the deep ball, dude. It's
nice
for like a dagger. You
gotta throw it,
and you got to keep them honest.
Yep. Yeah, but they have to be afraid of it. Yeah, and then that, like one hand washes the other. It's always like that. If they don't think you're going to throw it, then they never have to. You know what I mean? Then they can sell out on Barkley all the time.
But you have to have an established run game to throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm with you. Okay, so let's keep it moving then. We'll go to the Bengals Steelers. Going into this game, if you would ask me to pick, I would have probably picked the Steelers going into it, but goddamn Joe Flacco, daddy. Goddamn. Right? Am I right or am I right? Do we love him or do we love him?
You got the best wide receiver in the game. Just keep fucking chucking it up there.
It ain't quantum physics, daddy.
Nah.
Throw him the damn ball.
What did he end up with? Like, he did have 17 catches on like 20 targets or something. I mean, it was something bananas. Like, clearly, like, hey, guys, I just got here. By the way, I read an article that they flew Joe Flacco from Cleveland to Cincinnati when they traded him in economy. The guy's 6'4". Really? The guy's 6'4" and 40 years old. Can we spring for a little leg room? If I was Flacco, I'd be like, from Ohio to Ohio, I'd be like, can you just rent me an Escalade and I'll sit in the back? Like, I don't care if it takes 5. I'll take a nap. I'll read the playbook. Like, now I got to go to an airport. I got to go through all the bullshit. And I'm 6'4" and 40 years old. I'm sitting in economy. Come on, Cincinnati.
But by the time he would have got on the plane, he probably could have just fucking driven there.
It would have saved him an hour. Just send the car for him.
If that. Okay, so
also, Matty, Steelers Bengals. It does not matter what the records are. That is truly one of the few matchups in the NFL that still remains that way. It doesn't matter if one team's good or one team sucks. Those guys are going to beat the fucking tar out of each other. And
you don't touch it. If you're betting, you don't touch it. Nope. That's one. You can play props and you can play the over/under, but you don't touch that one, dude.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, it's usually a 19-16 game. This time it happened to be a 33-31 game, but it's always right there, man. It's always a field goal score, and they always kick the absolute dog shit out of each other.
Dude, I used to love back in the day, dude, that the whole division minus the Browns, when it was like Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, when they had that, even like last year, like, dude, back when it was like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Suggs, and then they went against like Palomalu, Harrison, Kiesel, like these were legit just dirt dog battles, and they were awesome. Like cold ball defensive battles. That's AFC North football, and I really love too when they did the gimmick last year with the Hard Knocks, like the midseason. It was so good. I watched every episode 3 times. It was so good.
You know what this season's midseason Hard Knocks is?
Who?
NFC East.
Is it really?
Ooh. It is. Yep.
I didn't know. Now things just got fucking spicy, Daddy.
NFC East is the midseason Hard Knocks this year.
Oh, is Scatterboo going to be a fucking star after this or what?
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. He's going to be a star or he's going to be in the Special Olympics. Either one.
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple numbers from the Bengals Steelers. We got, Cool Joe, 31 for 47, 342 yards passing with 3 tutties. He had 5 rushes for 3 yards. FYI. Chase Brown, 11 rushes, 108 yards. Not bad. Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 10 yards a reception. T. Higgins, 6 receptions, 96 yards, averaging 16 yards a reception. Also had a tutty. I mean, Flacco just knows how to spread it around.
He's
a fucking pro. He's a pro.
Yep. And he's still got a cannon. He's still got a cannon.
Dude, the last thing, hey, in boxing, the last thing that goes is your punch. You know what I'm saying? The power's the last thing that goes. For Flacco, the last thing that's going is that arm. He's still got a cannon, Daddy. Still got a cannon.
Sure does.
Loved it. All right, so Bengals edged it out. Love seeing how the Browns are just stupid. Like, what are you doing? You know, like why? Why would you trade him to an in-division rival? I just, come on, what are we doing?
Well, you heard Tomlin was pissed about that. He talked about that before the game. He was just like, wasn't happy with the trade, and they were like, well, I mean, that didn't happen. Your team was like, it's in division in the middle of the season. Like, I don't what are we doing?
Who
like,
okayed this? Yeah.
I wouldn't even, if somebody called me from one of those 3 teams, I would laugh in their face and hang up the phone.
The Browns being the Browns, dude. It's the Browns being the Browns. Horrendous front office that they, you know what I mean?
So,
they can't help themselves.
Let's speak of that then. So the Browns fucking dirt stomped the Dolphins, the dirt dick Dolphins. I mean, Tua's gonna be done. They're gonna put in Quinn Ewers.
I don't
right?
know.
Tua's done.
They already did. They benched it. I mean,
but
I don't know who's next week,
but they've got so much money invested in Tua.
Dude, Quinn Ewers is at some point, like, is McDaniel done? Like, when is he done?
Any day.
Like,
any day.
If he sticks with Tua, he's done. Tua's got his time there. He had 3 fucking picks. Okay, there was days when McNibby had bad days throwing 5 picks, and we'd still edge it out against the dirt dick whatevers, right? And he would have bad days, sure, but then he would bounce back, and that was just McNibby. But that's not Tua. Tua isn't that. I mean, he's not a bounce back guy. He's on a skid. He needs, I think his experiment is done.
You think Miami just takes the cap hit and just says, whatever, like, we'll take the dead hit, and you know what I mean?
Or, dude, if people want quarterbacks, right? Like, you could, move them around somewhere.
No one is paying that for.
Yeah, you might get a 6th or a 7th for him from maybe
he's got a contract though. Like, you
gotta pay I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in Cleveland. Just saying.
Yeah, there's one team that might take a stab at it.
Yeah.
Okay, but Cleveland did dirt stomp him. Tua, he was 12 for 23, 100 yards, 3 interceptions.
Oh my gosh.
Quinn Ewers was 5 for 8 with 53 yards. I mean, they
Zach
did
Wilson, what about,
Zach Wilson's in Miami.
He was supposed to be the backup, and they were like, sorry.
Dude, goes the young guy.
He was texting his mom's friend.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, not a bad outing. 13 for 18, 116 yards, no receiving touchdowns. And then Quinshawn Judkins, 25 carries, 84 yards, 3 touchdowns. So they just were like, hey.
This is insane though, right? Quinshawn Judkins is the guy who's saving my fantasy team because I picked him up because he was the only rookie who hadn't signed. He hadn't signed a deal, and he got caught speeding or something, and they didn't know if there was going to be any kind of bullshit. So, like, he didn't play the first 2 weeks of the season because he couldn't get his contract signed.
Yep.
Which is crazy because rookie contracts are like set in stone.
Yeah.
It was just like the Browns were like, well, maybe we'll just get rid of this other protection that every other team offers their rookies. And Judkins was like, no. But here's something crazy. He had a 41-yard or 46-yard touchdown run. At one point at the end of the first half, he had like 15 carries for 74 yards. And they ended the game with 25 carries for like 86 yards. So they kept feeding him the ball, but I thought he was going to go. I mean, the touchdown save, I thought he was going to have a monster this game.
They had to, though. That game, wasn't there like 40-mile-per-hour winds and stuff?
Yeah.
It was like they were playing in tornadoes.
Yeah. Tons of rain. But I was like, man, this guy had 15 carries for 75 yards, ended the game with 25 carries for 86 yards. It's a little drop off in the second half. But anyway, he's saving my bacon because those 3 tutties were huge. Were huge for me.
Let's move on to another game then. We have I want to talk about this because me and Liam talked about this. This was the lock of the week. Lock of the week. Bern, I think you were on the same page. The lock of the week this week was Vrabel's return to Tennessee. It was the Patriots over the Titans. This was the fucking lock of the millennium. And then, dude, if you look at it, I mean, Drake May, 21 for 23. 21 for 23.
He's real. He's
222 yards, 2 touchdowns. 21 for 23. I mean, fucking come on. Also, look at this. 23 pass attempts, and then the rushing attempts. I mean, I think they're, around, like, not so much more. I think it was total, it's like, 27 rush attempts or something like that.
Vrabel did that in Tennessee too, man. He believes in balance. He really does. Like, you're gonna get close to 50-50 with his teams every time. And if you can do that and be successful, I mean, that's the dream, right? You pass half the time, you throw half the time. They have no idea what's coming other than a couple situations. And like,
dude, shout out Austin Hooper.
He's getting the ball to everyone, dude. They're rolling.
Dude, totally. Dude, Stephon Diggs had 7 receptions. Kayshon Boutte, I guess, had 2. I don't know how you say his name.
It's Booty.
Kayshon Boutte had 2 receptions. Hunter Henry had 4. Demario Douglas, Austin Hooper. I mean, Mac Mittens. Fucking, he spread it around to everybody. You know what I mean? And then he also ran the ball 8 times for 62 yards. Like, the guy
can scamper.
He can fucking twinkle toes it. And then, but dude, Cam Ward, I mean, 25 for 34, 255 yards, 1 tutty, 1 interception. Like, what's the missing thing here in Tennessee?
They have no run game. They have no run game.
Coaches. So they fired their coach last week. Their interim coach was the coach this week. This was his first game as the head coach of Tennessee. Calvin Ridley's been hurt for a million years. He's 30 years old. He's supposed to be their number 1. And they have Tajay Spears.
40 yards rushing that game.
And Tony Pollard.
That's what's missing.
And they can't get it done. Cam Ward, I think, is going to be good. I think Cam Ward can play.
Dude,
he's shown me enough.
He's competitive.
But he's gotten weapons 0. 0 weapons.
Yeah. Dude, 40 yards rushing in an NFL game is a joke. You have a serious problem.
Dude, big time. Also, like, dude, when you look at it, like, I mean, who's he like, Tony Pollard, Van Jefferson, Tyler Lockett, like, who's their number 1 receiver?
It was supposed to be Calvin Ridley, and he's been hurt all year, but he's also 30 or 31.
He's not but he's a number 1 receiver there, but he'd be a number 3 anywhere else. But that's just like, so I don't know. So I don't know. Tennessee's got some stuff holding them back, but we'll see. But that was the lock of the fucking millennium. No question. Then we'll keep going. We got the Rams fucking put one on the Jags. I mean, I don't think the Jags they're just nothing at this. Like, Trevor Lawrence is not, like, this is not happening.
Even London couldn't save them. Even their second home of London couldn't save them.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
the Panthers dirt stomped the worthless Jets. The Bears got one over the Saints. And then here's our other one I really wanted to talk about.
Bears are on a win streak. Bears won on a win 4 streak. In a row.
Yeah.
Have they really?
Yes.
Yeah.
They went from starting 0-2 and they've won 4 in a row?
Yeah, but it's not against really good opponents.
But dude,
they're on a win streak.
That's how you get the momentum for when you play a big opponent. Yep. That's like, you want the test then, so because you're able to work on shit. I mean, Spencer Rattler, 20 for 32, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. 3 picks. That's what did it.
Also,
then Caleb
quick shout out. just because we glance over real quick. Tua got benched this week. Justin Fields got benched for Tyrod Taylor this week. I think the Justin Fields experiment may be over as well. I think I don't think he's a viable quarterback.
Did Geno get benched?
Whoa, Tyrod Taylor played?
Geno got benched, didn't correct. He? I saw Kenny Pickett in there, right?
I think Geno got benched as well. I mean, it's a tough week for quarterbacks, and then you got some guys banged up too. Jane Daniels left the game. You got Brissett in there playing for the Cards. Anthony Richardson, unfortunately, did not get off the bench this week. But yeah, there was a handful of benchings. And
where? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. I just keep going.
I'm just saying, Tua got benched. Fields got benched. Geno got benched. It was this is the time. This is week 7, week 8. Now we're coming to the time where teams are going like, we just can't do this anymore. Like we've seen all that we can see, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Geno Smith, 10 for 16, 67 yards, dude.
Yeesh.
I think they're done with him.
Dude, dude, if you're Max Crosby, like, how just pissed are you, dude? Like, he's committed to being a Raider, and like it's his whole persona as a Raider guy. But he's going to be like Joe Thomas by the time his career's done, where he's just like an awesome guy on just the
first ballot Hall of Famer who never got to play.
Never went to a playoff game. Yeah. Yeah.
Myles Garrett.
And that's sad too, because we talked about like a Steelers-Bengals rivalry. That Chiefs-Raiders game is usually kind of a slaughter fest too.
Yeah.
Regardless of records. And there's nothing that makes Raiders fans more upset than getting goosed in that game. 31-0. I think the Chiefs scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and it was just like, see you now after that.
So let's keep it moving. A couple more. Is Mac Jones for real? Because the Niners did beat the Falcons 20-10. The Falcons aren't the best team in the league, but is Mac Jones for real, or is it that just Shanahan's system? It's fucking anyone can do it.
I mean, he's 4-1 as their starter now.
Yeah,
I think what's his name's going to play. Brock Purdy
is going to come back and play.
There's going to be a big problem if Purdy struggles.
If he doesn't come out, I mean, I don't know if Niners fans are dicks like we are, but
he's got to deliver. Yeah, they're gonna.
They just paid him. They just paid him.
Yeah. So okay,
there's expectations there.
We'll see how that goes. Little quarterback controversy. Never hurt our opponents. Tell you that. What's up, Bern?
Kyle Shanahan is there. There's something to be said about, like, if you are a struggling quarterback, right, and you're on your second contract, your third, don't forget, what's his name? Sam Darnold spent a year riding the pine in San Francisco. Like, go get with Kyle Shanahan and be the backup and let him improve your mechanics and improve your theory of the game and improve the way you see the field, because I don't know that there's anybody who does more with less. Like, Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant.
Right.
And playing for Kyle Shanahan, he just signed a $100 million deal. I don't know if I'm sure it's a combination of A and B, but Mac Jones next year will go, he'll go sign a big deal somewhere. He'll do like a Baker.
It could be like the Matt Castle effect. Like that year Brady went out and Matt Castle never started a game for USC, had a great season in
with 11-5,
and then went out to play for 5 more years with the Chiefs and whoever because of that one season, and so you're not wrong. Let's keep it moving though. I do want to talk about this. This guy, if there was an award for going out on your shield, like Jacoby Brissett is playing good fucking ball, dude. 25 for 36. 279 yards and 2 tutties in the air, and he had 6 rushes for 26 yards. Like, the guy is playing good ball. It's just he's not getting anything
They're not winning.
They're not winning. Also,
so nobody cares.
Marvin Harrison Jr., is he a joke? Like, what is that,
Well, they're also on their 4th and 5th running backs right now. And The one thing I will say about Brissett, if there's one quality you want from your backup, he doesn't fucking turn the ball over. He takes care of the ball.
Great game.
If there's one thing that you want, like if there's one thing that gives you a chance to win, if your backup has to come into the game, it's a guy who doesn't turn the ball over. Because that's usually what happens. The backup comes in, gets a little rattled, has a decent series, eventually throws a pick, and that's how the game turns. And Brissett doesn't do that, man. He's careful with the ball, and that's huge. But again, the Cards, I think I just don't have. McBride's great. Harrison is starting to get into it a little bit, but their running game shot. Their defense is good one week, don't show up the next week. Like, But love to Brissett. That guy plays the right way.
So here we go. Last game I wanted to talk about. It's everybody's favorite team, everybody's favorite player. It's the Vanilla Vic himself, the one and only Daniel Jones. Unreal. 23 for 34, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. I mean, no. Michael Pittman Jr. had 7 catches for 58 yards and a tutty. Alec Pierce, 5 receptions, 98 yards. And then Tyler Warren. Yeah, he's your fucking guy, man. He's an all-around guy. I do want to say this, though. The Chargers score, I don't think reflects how well Justin Herbert played. 37 for 55. They threw the ball 55 fucking times, and he had 420 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
And was running for his fucking life in that game.
6 carries for 31 yards, but dude, every throw he made was on the run. Every one of them, basically. God, if he just had a little protection, it seems like he can fucking hurl the rock. You know what I'm saying?
They did lose their two best offensive linemen to start the season. And I'm talking guys drafted top 10 over the last 2 years. So, but you would think you'd expect Harbaugh to be able to be the kind of guy who would Harbaugh wants to play tough football,
But it doesn't help that Justin Herbert was also the leading rusher in this game for his team. Doesn't help.
Yeah. No.
So okay, but our boy Danny Dimes, he is the fucking MVP of the moment right now. The Colts edged out the Chargers 38-24. I'll tell you this, fellas. If at the beginning of the year I went up to you and I said, hey, the 4 first place teams in the AFC would be the Patriots, the Steelers, the Colts, and the Broncos.
Yeah.
What would
Broncos,
you told me?
Maybe. Broncos, maybe you'd be like, okay, that's in the realm of possibilities, but the other 3 teams, no shot.
Yeah, no way. If I would have told you that the first place team in the AFC is the Colts, what would you have fucking done? Come on,
Daniel Jones, dude, everyone's surprised by that. He's the man right now, and rightly so. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves the story. You know what I mean? It's
if you told me at this time last year that the Colts would be in first place going into Week 8, I would have assumed Andrew Luck came out of retirement. You know what I mean? Because don't forget when the Giants, when they agreed to part ways, he went and sat on the bench in Minnesota for the rest of the year. Dimes did. And then when Indy brought him in, Anthony Richardson, his camp is saying we were told that we were going to hold on to the starting job and it wasn't going to be a competition. Now that's his agent, so who knows if there's any truth to that or not. But I'll tell you what, there's no arguing right now. If you're Richardson's agent, you better keep your mouth shut because the proof's in the pudding, man. And and they are one bad call on a blocked field goal away from being undefeated.
They're one fucking fumble at the 1 yard line away from being undefeated.
What did they have 2 losses?
No, they have 1 loss.
They have 1. Yeah, they have 1. But that play. And then a bad call later in that game.
Yeah, exactly. Either one of those goes their way and they're fucking, undefeated.
They're cruising.
Okay, so let's move on to our next segment. We're going to do some pick'ems. So let's try and make this as fast as possible. So I'm just going to do the straight up, okay? So we're going to start off with the Vikings and the Chargers. Who do we got, fellas?
Are we doing lines here or are we just doing who's going to win?
I don't know the line, so I was just gonna do straight up.
I'll tell you what they are. I got it.
Yeah.
1 sec.
That is a Chargers favored by 2.5 in that game.
Really?
At home.
Oh, I
At
like
home
the
against Mini.
Vikings then.
Vikings +3. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do too.
Thursday nighter.
Oh, prime time.
Big time.
That game is, dude. I don't know. I'm staying away from that one. That one is a toss up. I'm sorry.
Well, who would you pick?
Vikings and Chargers. I
would take.
I guess Vikings. Take the points. Take the 3 with Vikings, so that even if Chargers somehow pull it out, you got that 3 in your favor. You know.
All right, wait, hold on.
Cancel out a field goal. You get a push.
I like. All right, Liam likes the Vikings. I like the Chargers to get off the schneid here. I like them. I think they've had a couple tough ones in a row. Giants, Washington, and that game against Indy was not actually even as close as 14 points. Every time the Chargers scored, Indy did something. But I like the Chargers to get off the schneid here. I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Okay, let's move on then. What about Bears versus Ravens?
What about you?
Oh, I took the Vikings.
Okay.
Especially +3. Taking the fucking Vikings.
Okay.
Bears versus Ravens. You got Ravens are favored by 6.5.
What?
So that tells me they think Lamar's playing.
Yeah.
That tells me that they have decided.
I don't think it matters. They're still fucking Shitsville. Right? The Bears are on a 4-game fucking skid, or on a 4-game win streak. You know, I don't know. I don't think this is a trap game at all. I like the Bears.
They're on the road. They're on the road. Lamar. They're in Baltimore. Lamar comes back. They have to have to
Ravens
win.
-6.5.
Yeah, favored by 6.5.
Yes. Yeah, and
so there's no way they're beating the Bears by 6.5 points.
I'm with Liam. I like the Ravens.
I think they can.
Wow, you guys are twats. You're just twats.
Listen, this is our first run. You know, we're taking our picks out for a little stroll here this week.
As long as they have Lamar, I think that.
Well, if Lamar's not playing in that game, all of a sudden it probably drops to Ravens -1.5.
Yeah.
You know, they just get the nod for being a home team.
Okay. All right. Bills versus Panthers.
Bills versus Panthers. I will take the Panthers with the points.
What are the points?
Panthers are at home +7.5. So you're getting more than a touchdown. And I'll tell you why. Buffalo's run defense is 31st in the league in yards per game. And what can Carolina do? Carolina can run the ball, dude.
Yeah.
Plus over a touchdown. Fucking, I'll take that all day.
I kind of like that. I don't think that's a trap at all either. You know, I kind of like that. Bern, where are you at? I'm going Panthers as well.
I'm zagging on this. I'm going to take Buffalo. 2 straight losses. Coming off of a bye. Bryce Young's got a high ankle sprain. It means you're dealing with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, most likely as the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Like Liam said, that might not matter much because if I'm Carolina, I'm pounding the rock. But I think Buffalo, after 2 primetime losses in a row and a bye, come out here and watch what the Patriots are doing, watch what the Colts are doing, and realize they got to make a statement.
All right. Browns versus Pats. And this is in New England.
Yep. What do we got here, Liam? I'm seeing.
I'll lay the 7. I don't care against the Browns.
So you're saying the Patriots are -7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Patriots.
Patriots are red hot.
Hot.
I guess you lay the 7. You have to.
I
don't like laying 7, but I would in that.
I'm going Patriots. What about you, Bern?
I'm zagging again. I'm taking Cleveland. I think that defense travels, man.
You're just going to give away all your money.
Well, let's see. Let's see here. I mean, I see 7.5, and we'll go with Liam 7 for this. Yeah, 2-5 versus 5-2. You don't think this is a little trappy? You think this is a little trappy here? A little tiny trappy?
I don't know. I think
Mini
Vrabel
trappy?
doesn't fall for the traps. I think Vrabel is going to fucking just keep fucking chopping wood, and I don't think the Browns can hang.
Okay. Fair.
All right. What about now we're moving on to a nice little NFC South rivalry, little Bucks Saints. What do we got here? Saints
What do we
giving
got?
5.
Bucks Saints. Where the hell's that?
I don't see that either.
I don't see that here.
Sunday,
it's probably not. It's probably not out yet because
because the Bucks are playing right now.
They're playing right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's hold off. Let's hold off on that because that probably isn't that accurate. The line.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's go Dolphins Falcons.
Falcons.
Falcons are home
7.5.
Laying 7.5.
The Falcons are favored by 7.5, and Quinn Ewers is going to start.
You can't if you made the Falcons 10.5. There's not a number high enough that would get me off the Atlanta Falcons this week against Miami. This might be the last gasp for DJ Mike McDaniel. I like Atlanta at home minus 7.5 points.
So do I, because there's just no circumstance where you can put money on the Dolphins.
And you think Penix is gonna fucking go off?
I don't think he has to. I think what Miami does is they got the baller Darren Waller. I think whatever his season incentives were, I think he hit him in the first 3 weeks. Now he has a pectoral injury, so he's back in the studio.
Miami doesn't have a good run defense either.
No, nope. And Bijan is a monster.
Yep.
All right. Good. And then Jets
How about you, Maddie? How about you?
I'll go with the Falcons. I don't think the Dolphins are going to win anything. I think they're fucking done. They're going to win one other game. It's when they play the Jets again.
Yeah, it's not going to be Atlanta.
No. Jets versus Bengals. What do we got?
Bengals are minus 6.5. I'm not crazy about laying that much with the Bengals. But, I mean, Joe Flacco just did his thing. Again, you're talking about a team. There's no circumstance where you can put money on the Jets.
Can't do it.
Do you think Sauce Gardner's going to shut down Jamar Chase?
Nope.
There you go.
I don't think nobody shuts down Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Seriously.
You know what I mean? You can bother him. You can't stop. You can only hope to contain him, but you can't shut him down.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What do you think, Maddie? Who do you like there?
I like the Bengals too. I like fucking Cool Joe. I like Jersey Joe.
Yeah.
Old Jersey Joe. All right.
Little unity here. Got back to some unity here, guys.
Yep. And then we're gonna go with the Niners versus the Texans.
Oh, well, that's a tough one there, ain't it?
Houston's at home. I'm seeing Houston minus 1.5, Liam. What do you got?
Wow, that's a fucking ugly one. That's an ugly one.
Minus 1.5.
I would say I'll take the Niners.
It's in Houston.
It's in Houston.
In Houston, minus 1.5.
I would like to take the Niners in that, fellas. I would.
It's in Houston. I'm just taking home team. I'm just taking Houston in that then.
Wow. I'm also Houston.
Wow.
I don't know how the Niners are doing it, man. Like, they don't have Pearsall. They don't have Ayuk back yet. They don't have Juwan Jennings. They lost their best defensive player. Purdy's not back yet, but like they looked solid against it. Again, it might just be Shanahan. And Maddie, you might be laughing at both of us next week, but I'll take the home team laying less than a score.
That one's too close to call, honestly. So I'm just taking the home team.
I would not bet that game. I will not be betting that game in real life. Not be touching that game in actual life. But for the sake of this, I'll take Houston.
Can I go with what is possibly right now our lock of the week?
What's that?
Titans at Colts.
Yeah, 14.5 might not be enough.
Nope.
Titans could possibly be the worst team in the league.
That's a lot. That's so much.
It is a lot.
But
I don't think the Titans are going to score 3. I don't think they're going to score 3 times, and that's what they have to do to be within 14.5. I don't think they're gonna.
The Colts just beat the Chargers by 14, and if you watch that game, it wasn't that close. Like every time the Chargers scored, the Colts were like, oh, "Okay, I guess we'll just go back down and score again." Like 14.5 is a lot. There's not a lot of scenarios.
It's in Indianapolis too, so that means Titans have to come. Dude, I'll take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laying them
It's an
14 and a
in-division
half
rivalry.
in an NFL game. That means they think the Colts are going to beat the dog shit out of the
Oh, they're going to
Titans.
boat race them. Okay, then we're going to do the Cowboys versus the Broncos in Denver.
Oh, man. That one is... Does anybody have like a coin to flip, dude?
What's the spread?
Broncos getting 3, but it's because they're at home. So
Yeah.
it's...
I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think that, I don't know if the Broncos are going to get figured out. I mean, both
Broncos
times.
Broncos given 3, Liam, right? Broncos given 3 at home to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
-3. Yeah.
-3, yeah.
And the Broncos just went all out, though. You know,
I refuse to take Dallas, so I'm gonna take the Broncos because I refuse.
I don't like taking Dallas either, but I'm going to because Broncos were just like they were just in an all-out war with the.
Listen, we talk about letdown games. Being the first team to ever come back from being 18 points down with less than 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in 1,602 NFL games. I mean, that's the definition of a letdown game, right?
Yeah.
No one's ever done that.
So, Bern, you taking the girls?
Yeah, where I'm going to hold my nose and take the Cowgirls.
Yeah, same.
All right, then.
I'd rather not, but I will.
Then we got, this is going to be a tough one, another one up for grabs. We got the Packers at the Steelers.
I'm seeing Green Bay. I'm seeing the Steelers as 3.5-point home dogs here.
Yeah.
So they're giving 3?
No, they're getting 3 at home.
Oh. So they're +3.5?
+3.5.
I like the Steelers then. They're coming
off
a big loss.
I wish that was 3. If you can buy a half a point, make it 3. 3.5, I don't like. But give me the Packers. But if you can, if you're doing this at home, if you insist on taking this game, you better buy that half a point.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh at home. I just think that Tomlin, I think his record in these games is something insane. Like being a home dog by like right around the field goal. Like they'll find a way to stay. And also, me and my brother were watching the Packers. Me and Pulaski were watching the Packers over the weekend. Just be like, who are these guys? Like what I thought they were the first couple weeks of the season versus what I'm watching now. Like I don't know. I don't know. They have all the weapons, it seems, but like they're just not. I mean, the Cards, they barely snuck by Jacoby Brissett on the road. I don't know. I don't think they're a bad team. They're definitely not the dominant team we thought they were going to be. I'm gonna give Tomlin the nod here, but you're right, Liam. Like, yeah, if that was a 3-point game, I would never touch it in a million years.
All right. Next thing we got is the Monday Nighter. It looks like also that the Bucks have lost to the Lions.
They have.
So the Lions are won 24-9. Lions, that's another team. What the fuck are they doing? Either way, what do we got for the Commies at the Chiefs?
Chiefs -10.5. Oh,
whoa!
I know.
I know.
Okay,
no Jaden Daniels.
They're assuming that we're getting Mariota for that game, right? That's the only explanation there.
Which he did not look good when he came in.
No,
he's not good.
And it's in
Trophy
it's in Arrowhead.
It's in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. And Chiefs are on the upswing. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they've won
play
a
the
bunch.
10.5. At least it's not 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? I guess
that's how you. I guess
that's how you have to look at. I have it at 10.5.
What are you doing, Bern?
Casey, it's fun betting against the Commies. And when you saw what happened yesterday in that game, when Jaden Daniels went out, Cowboys had they were up on them, but there was just that was the death. There was they couldn't even come close to being competent on offense after that.
Yeah.
So if we're getting Mariota, then
do it. Yeah, if we get him, then it's fine. I got you. Do we got anything on the Bucks and the Saints yet, or no?
Let me see here.
Yeah, it came in. Yeah, it's Bucks are favored by 5.5 on the road.
Okay.
So
okay.
I like it. I like
yeah,
them over.
I would take the Bucks. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
You said 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lay the 5.5 even on
For
the
sure.
road.
For sure.
Saints ain't shit.
Give me
Burn.
Spencer Rattler here. Give me New Orleans. Let's get a little separation.
Wow.
Let's get that rattlesnake going.
And then the last game, save the best for last. We have the New York Football Giants at the greatest place to watch a football game in the country, Lincoln Financial Field.
I guess this spread exactly right. This is 7.5, right?
Is it really? Eagles minus 7.5?
That's my guess.
Liam, what is it?
Hold on. Eagles 7. I have them at 7.
Wow.
Eagles favored
Eagles
by
minus
7.
7? Oh,
God.
7.
Man.
I don't want to fucking touch this game.
Can
I take it without the beans on it? Can I take it without the beans?
You can, but you have to lay down $360 to
win 100.
To win 100. Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Man.
I'll take the Eagles. I mean, the reason being
we all know what we're doing here, fellas.
Okay, so listen, here's my, even with your feelings removed because it's your favorite team, it's a division game. Giants already won the first one.
Yep.
It's more often
2
than
weeks
not
ago.
you split. More often than not, you split the division series. You know what I mean? So.
Oh no, more often than not, we lose them both to Philadelphia. So.
No, I mean all teams in general.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Normally, right.
Yeah.
All right, so the picks are in for next week. Good stuff. We'll review that next week. Awesome. Bern, can you please? Or is now time to play a little Who's That Dude? Ginga bunga ginga bunga ginga bunga ginga. All right, Bern. Let us have it, you big old swinging pecky.
All right, gentlemen, and for anyone new to the show, here's what we do. I have chosen an NFL football player. I'm going to give these guys clues, and they're going to try to guess the football player. I'm going to give them 5 general stats about this player that will be fairly vague, after which they can ask. Well, no, I think we did 3 last week since there's 2 of you and you can talk now. So 3 stats. After that, they can ask a question, a yes or no question, and make a guess. Following that, I will give another stat, question, guess, stat, question, guess, stat, question, guess, yada, 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 until they come up with the potential player. Or
until all the yadas are yada.
Until all the yadas are yada. Okay?
Love it. All right, so, Bern, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are talking about a player whose height and weight during their NFL playing career was 6 feet 1 inches, 212 pounds. 6'1", 212. This player is a Heisman Trophy winner. Okay? And this player, very similar to our boy Brian Westbrook last week, played for 2 NFL teams, but one of them was his whole career, and the other one was his final year with the San Francisco 49ers. So you will know him way more by what he did in his first stop than you will on his last stop. But
and
2
his
total
final
NFL
team was
teams.
the Niners again?
Again, yeah, I didn't realize that, but it worked out again. 1 year with the Niners to end the career. But you would know him much, much more from his previous team.
He's a Heisman Trophy winner. Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can. That's what time it is.
Okay. Did we watch this guy's whole career?
No.
Okay. So before us. All right. Please, another stat, sir.
All right. This player won an NFL MVP award.
And we didn't see them.
Okay. And this guy won a Heisman.
Heisman winner and MVP winner.
Did this person play in the Big Ten?
No.
Okay. Another stat, please,
Did we
sir.
see any of? Oh, okay.
The answer to that, Liam, no.
Okay.
Oh, we
So
didn't
way
see
before
any
us.
of it.
Way
live.
before us, dude.
Nope.
Never saw him live. Way before us.
5-time NFL Pro Bowler. 5-time first team All Pro. Same years.
Did this person play offense?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Offense. Okay. All right. Sorry. Please keep going.
Yeah, please do.
This person has an iconic nickname.
Oh. Nah. Hell. All right. Okay. Iconic. Did this person win a Super Bowl?
No.
No Super Bowl. Okay. Okay.
Really?
Go ahead.
But this person did win a natty in college.
Oh, okay. All right. Did this person play quarterback?
No.
All right. Played on the offense, not a quarterback. Liam.
Oh. And
Okay.
dude, I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's all right. We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, Bern. Another stat, please.
This person is on both the NFL's 75th anniversary all-time team and 100th anniversary all-time team.
Oh man.
Hmm. 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 Can I ask a question, Bern?
Of course you can, Matt.
Okay. Did this person play running back?
Yes.
Okay. Please, another stat.
Let's see here. This person has 5 children.
Five children.
Does this person has 5 confirmed and possibly illegitimate one?
Potentially. That I can't say. I know 5 confirmed for sure. Sorry, my phone's going to die. I'm going to plug it in. Sorry for my hand in front of the camera.
We love your hand. We love your hand, Daddy. Okay. Can I ask another question? Because that was like a joke one. Fuck. Okay, go ahead.
No, but it gave you information. Let's see here. This person hates waiters.
Vern,
what am I, a waiter?
Did this person go to the University of Southern California?
They did go to the University of Southern California.
I still don't know what it is.
All right, another stat, please, because I'm going to ask a question that's going to let Liam know.
Yeah. This person is a star or a subject of a well-known documentary.
Did this person kill their wife?
Oh my
Allegedly.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. He played for the 49ers for a year?
Last one. So he's on the Bills his whole career, then played for the Niners.
Now I know.
Liam, go ahead. Throw it out there, Daddy.
Coach, the juice? Was it the juice?
It is the juice, gentlemen.
The juice is loose.
Rental James Simpson, the juice. This guy's
hates waiters. That's good.
His stats
good.
Though. His awards and highlights are absolutely insane. NFL Most Valuable Player 73, NFL Offensive Player, 5-time First Team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, AFL All-Star, AP Athlete of the Year, 3-time AFC Offensive Player of the Year, 4-time NFL Rushing Yards Leader, 2-time NFL Touchdowns Leader, the NFL Scoring Leader in 1975, the first player to ever rush for 2,000 yards in a season, and the only player to ever do it in a 14-game season. The juice was a monster.
The juice was
literally. And literally. Had we gone any further down this road, we would have talked about his gaining of popularity from jumping over a suitcase.
Diane Sawyer. Wait, was it Barbara Walters?
I think it was
Barbara Walters. Naked Gun, right? Wasn't he Naked Gun?
Yeah, he was.
I had a doubt that this guy was originally played a character in a movie that has just been /sequel rebooted. He also won a Pop Warner Trophy in '68. So the second guy we did, both OJ and Dion, winners national from champs? A young age, national champs, Pop Warner national champs. And then you go through the college stuff like,
the
Heisman,
college stuff's fucking retarded.
Maxwell Award, Walter Camp Award, UPI Player of the Year, Sports News Player of the Year, Chuck Henley Award, unanimous All-American twice, first team All Pac-10 twice. His number is retired with the Trojans. Another clue I had for you guys was I said this player had won a Heisman. Later on, I would say this player has lost a Heisman Trophy. One of the few players to lose a Heisman Trophy as well. Yeah. But you got it, fellas. The juice was loose. Orenthal James Simpson, may he rest in piss.
I fucking love this segment. It is the best. So, all right, guys. Well, we are coming towards the top of time. Before we get the F out of here, anything anyone wants to say? We went way over time, so if you want to say something, make it quick. Nope. All right. Well, speaking of not saying anything, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Bern Podcasy. He's Liam Reese. And in case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Yeah, also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this incredible content. Thanks so much for listening. And we'll catch you on the flipping. Thanks. See ya!